Hello,
Hey, I'm Kurt.
and I'm Krystah, and you're.
Heaps pretty.
Hello, everybody. We are a couple of mimosas down. Kurt, you're a couple of wines down.
I've had 3.5 wines. I haven't drank for 2 months. She probably hasn't drank for a couple of days, so
Correct.
bit different. I'm
Yeah.
really feeling it. She's always feeling it though.
So, if you enjoyed the last two sober episodes, you're going to really enjoy this one.
You're gonna really feel it too, because when we drink, we go a bit full on.
Yeah, and if you're not drinking a mimosa right now, this is your sign from the universe to pause and make yourself one.
Yeah, if you're listening to this right now and it's a weekend, or if it's even not,
Even if it's not.
it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's what they always say. Pour a wine, relax, and listen to us be heaps pretty. So here we go.
Here we go. So today we're going to read some little questions that you've sent through to us. Thank you everyone who sent through a question.
And we're just gonna drink and see where it takes us. So
Totally.
the main premise of this episode is just answering you guys' questions. We go on tangents, so if there's a question you don't want to listen to, feel free to skip it. But we go on
Honestly.
tangents. We literally could answer questions for 20 minutes.
Babe, particularly you on a night out, someone will come to you with their life story and
Yeah.
you entertain it for a good hour and a half. I'll come back and you're still having the conversation after I've gone to the bar, had a drink, gone to the bathroom, had a dance, come back outside, and you're still there talking to the same person, having the same D&M. You kill me.
It's so embarrassing, but this has literally happened to me forever. I've always, I don't know, when I drink, I just really care more than I do in real life. I don't know, I just care about people's stories more than I do.
I think you care.
I think I do deep down, but when I'm drunk,
Yeah.
I show that I care even more.
Heartfelt, definitely.
Yes, I get very heartfelt.
Well, that's what this episode is for. It's your time to shine, and I'll pipe in.
I'm going to get the questions up now. These are the questions that are being asked on my Instagram. So, one of the first ones I'm going to talk about is, how do you keep a long distance friendship? We'll have a lot to say about this.
Oh, wow, that's us. What a good question.
And I'm going to take my sunglasses off now.
Yeah, you could do. It's impolite.
It's not impolite. I wear sunglasses everywhere.
So, yeah, well, do you know what? It all started with you and I last day of year 7, and we were going to different high schools. We ended up going to the same high school.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, we were bound to live this long distance life. We were in it for the long haul. And I remember we were crying on the school bus, sobbing to each other like we were never going to see each other again. Sorry.
I will never forget that day. That is one of the most prominent memories I have, is just being on that school bus and we were like hugging each other like this was the last day we would ever get to hang out. Like,
Yeah.
I remember this so clearly, and the feeling, it was like so hectic.
It was like
this is
grief.
the end.
Yeah, we were grieving the loss of each other. But the thing is, if you're best friends, you will stay friends. Like, honestly, it is like, honestly, like, I miss you every single day because me and you literally used to like just lie in bed together all day and hang out all day and do nothing all day. We'd go out together, but like, life happens. Like, you've got a boyfriend, I've got a business. Life does happen, like, we're still best friends though, regardless. We're just not, each other's number one priority, but we're still obsessed with each other.
Oh, 100%. And it's so funny. I've never thought of it like that, because I've always thought of it as like, since I became known when I was young, I actually started traveling for work when I was like 15 or 16.
True.
I literally was everywhere, going to Sydney, back to Gold Coast, to Melbourne, to Sydney, to Gold Coast, to Perth, to Adelaide, to Gold Coast, to New Zealand, to here. Like, I was all around Australia, New Zealand, literally traveling a couple of times a week. Sometimes it was just like, sometimes I would go in the morning and come back in the afternoon. So it was just like, I was always traveling. And then there was other times where I'd actually been other states for months at a time doing a lot of work. So I actually didn't come back for a while. So for me, my memories of like why I have such great friends that don't live near me is because I've always traveled for work since I was really young, like
Mm-hmm.
underage. So I always remember it like that because I never had time to go and see everyone, but I would always call everyone. That's the thing. You got to take advantage of the technology these days. Like, I always
Yeah.
make sure I ring and FaceTime my friends and my family. And me and Krista, like us, we've said in other episodes,
Mm-hmm.
we talk every single day pretty much. There's probably
We
like a
do.
couple of days that we don't, but
Yeah.
most days we do, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just normal to us. And even
Yeah.
our other best friends, like we say, they'll answer us when they do, but we still message them most days.
Yeah.
And they, reply when they do. But it's just all about keeping that contact. Even though it's not in real life, you still can like connect so much
Yeah.
online. And we always have, like, look how close we are now. We're literally making this together from another state.
Yeah, we're interstate making a podcast.
She's in Sydney and I'm in Melbourne, and we're still showing up for you guys and
And
ourselves.
each other. So
And yeah.
exactly. As long as you can, it's the same as any other relationship. If you can prioritize each other, like Kurt and I both live interstate from our families,
Mm,
and you know, it is hard. But when you do get your own lives, and it is going to happen in life.
mm.
But it doesn't mean that the friendship isn't as valued as it is when you're together.
And you're allowed to have your own life. That's the
Mm.
perception as well. Like, people, I felt this where you feel like you're missing out, or you're like not treating your family right because you're not around them as much. You feel like you're
Mm.
forgetting them. But
Yeah.
it's not true. We're actually in Australia still. There's people that have to go overseas to work. And for my dreams that I used to have, it was like I wanted to move to America and everything. But now I don't want to do that. I actually just want to be in Australia. I love this
Hmm.
country. I've been to America and I just didn't really like it. So
Yeah.
I'm really grateful to be here, and I love Australia. And I know that I'm only a couple of hours away from my family on a plane, which is not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just been bad with Corona. Like
Yeah.
last year, I didn't get to see my family for a whole year. And that's the most I've probably ever gone without seeing my grandparents.
Oh,
And yeah, I was really, really distraught last year about that. But
it's tough.
I still called them almost every single day, and I still do. I talk to my grandparents every single day. They're like my parents, and my mum works on planes, so she's always busy, and my dad, he's always busy with his work. So I always make sure I call my grandparents because they're always free to talk, and you can always connect with anyone, even though it's far away. That's the
Yeah,
amazing thing about this type of technology. There's
we're lucky.
so many downsides to it, but so many upsides as well. So you got to reap the
Yeah,
benefits.
yeah. Next question.
How do you tell someone you gave them chlamydia? Anonymous, please.
That you gave them chlamydia?
Yeah.
Okay. I will answer this because I've been in a similar situation, but it was reverse roles and it wasn't chlamydia, but it was, similar situation. Whatever. So, what I did, girl, make a night of it, right? So, for me, I had an event on in the day that I found out. And then, so I was day drinking. And then I ended up having like nighttime, I would go to the girls' house and it was just us, the girls. And I told them the news, like, you get the girls, you're like, all right, this is what's happened, right? And obviously, like, you've kind of got to tell them, like, it's the right thing to do. And so I was like, okay, here's the thing, you've got to have enough drinks to be able to like build up the courage to tell them. But you can't be too drunk that you're incoherent because then you just embarrass yourself, right? So a little backstory on mine as well. This was with a person that I hadn't spoken to since he ghosted me because I said I had feelings for him. So if I can do it, you can do it, because this is like worst case scenario. I hadn't spoken to him in so long since I told him I had feelings for him and he ghosted me. And then I had to tell him he gave me an STD. So I had all the girls around. I got the girls to send him a text off my phone saying, please call me. He called. And then I just said it. Told him. He gaslit me, told me absolutely no way. But then whatever, that was that done. I did what I had to do, told him. And then the girls topped up my champagne while I had a little power cry. And then we sang tacky songs all night.
I remember telling you that, okay, guys, there's like this website where you have to like it. You can send a text and it will send it anonymously saying like you have this sexual disease.
I send you those texts as a prank like weekly.
That's how I know about it. Obviously, I've only slept with 2 people that I was dating, so I've never had like this situation.
Mhm.
But I remember Krystah sent me those texts, and I remember when you told me that, I was like, just send him that text. Like, who cares? But then you
honestly.
wanted to be like more honest, and that's a
Mm.
better thing anyway, because then they don't have to backtrack everything and, you know, go mental, even though you're going mental from getting that
Yeah.
thing.
And I knew who it was. Like, there was only one possible candidate of who it could have been. So it was like pretty obvious. But do you know what? You get the best thing you get out of it is you get to see how someone reacts in that situation and if they can handle a serious situation with you or not. And in
That's such a good point.
yeah, like you can, like, you know, sex is serious sometimes. It's not all fun and games running around hee. Like, it honestly can be like something that you need to like discuss with each other afterwards, and that can be awkward. And you really get to see, like, if a person can be an adult about something or be weird about something. So it's all a blessing in disguise. That's exactly how I saw it for myself.
Yeah, I obviously been with you through all of these things, and
Mm-hmm.
I just think that it's true. And my motto in life is always just be honest about things, because you'd rather anything, it's business, relationships, anything, you'd rather show yourself, because then they understand you more. And understanding someone as a person is everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even in a job, a business, um, sex, in friendships, in relationships, if you are true to yourself, then you're not going to have to like live up to something that's unrealistic. And obviously, if, with those types of things, if you pretend like you didn't do it, then they're going to just not really understand what's going on. You'd rather know when it happened,
Yeah.
what happened, and you can fix it then.
Well, take it from me. There's a guy who's going to act like a man about it, and there's the other guy that's going to act like a dick about it. So, but honestly, I was going to I'm too drunk for this. Hang on. It happens. Just tell him.
And do you know what? Because I'm such a prude, I've never like really known about this, but most of my girlfriends have had chlamydia.
Yeah, I can't
And
name one person that hasn't except you.
honestly, like, I'm probably the only person that hasn't had it. Most girls and guys, it's a sex flu. It's nothing. Like, it don't be ashamed of this. So yeah, if you're saying, how do you tell someone you gave them chlamydia? Just tell them, because it's not something to be ashamed about. It's like getting a cold.
Exactly. And if I can tell them after being in my situation, you can tell them.
Exactly. So don't worry about that, guys. All
Yeah.
right, next thing. This is from Ayana. You really inspire me to love myself even in my ratchet clothes. Haha, you're fucking amazing. I need confidence for my modeling. I need tips for poses and to have faith in myself to do them right. I'm so insecure, and I do these shoots to bring light to the fact that I'm beautiful. I love you. Okay, so I honestly think you should just own yourself. Like, I've never taken a photo and felt insecure. I feel like you just have to pose how you want to. It's not about what anyone else wants. Be yourself. If you actually feel happy in a photo, you're going to look really good. I feel like if you feel not confident when you're taking a photo, it's going to show. Cameras pick up more than you can imagine. I've been in acting school for 6 months, and just to see the tiny little shakes or something that anyone has is so little, but it shows a lot on camera. Like, in real life, I'm watching the person and they're shaking like not much. but on the camera it looks like they're fully shaking because the camera picks up more. So, I just think if you feel confident, literally any photo is going to look good of you, and you should still keep modeling and keep being yourself. Apparently modeling is inclusive these days, apparently.
What's that
So,
mean?
well, back in the day they would only have the skinniest girl and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the most beautiful standard looking
Yeah,
girl,
yeah.
whereas now it apparently, though, because some places don't, apparently it's more inclusive. So doesn't matter what you look like. Don't compare yourself to the Victoria's Secret types, because
Mm.
that is not it is realistic if you want to, like, strain yourself to get to that. But a lot of those chicks are just naturally got a really thin body, and I think it's great that they show bigger bodies, smaller bodies, like every type of bodies, because obviously clothes, the whole point of modeling is to show off clothes, and how can you show off clothes in a real light if you're not showing every type of body? And I
Yeah,
think modeling is an industry where they should show different types of bodies, because it is clothes. We have to wear them. You can't really get away with not wearing them, or you get arrested. So,
yeah. It's not like just one type of person wears clothes. Every single
mm,
person wears clothes.
I think some industries, the best of the best, it has to be like that, right? Singers, actors, sports people. You can't include the shittest people. So I don't think every industry should be inclusive. That's just my opinion. But modeling, it's clothes. Every person in the entire world has to wear them. So I truly believe that, like, modeling should be inclusive, and there's no point in not showing other types of bodies, because otherwise they're not going to buy your clothes. So you're actually losing a lot of market by
Yeah,
doing that. So I actually think, yeah, don't be not confident about anything. Anyone can be a model because anyone can wear clothes. Period.
well said.
Many conspiracy theories has been proven to be true recently. Which ones do you believe in? Honestly, the UFOs I've seen, which is so funny because I've actually seen a lot of UFOs before. Krista has been with me before when I've seen one. She never believed me before this, and I've seen many before. Like, she's seen one with me. But one night, actually, we were walking home in Surface, and I'll never forget this because every time I've seen a UFO, I just never forget the exact situation because it's just so full on. It's surreal. Like, you can't believe what you're seeing because it's not what you would normally see ever.
That was hectic.
It was, and she never believed anything. Not it, because when I say UFO, it literally is an unidentified flying object. That's what it is. I'm not saying it's some crazy alien. I'm not saying anything. It's just something that's not a plane. It's not a helicopter. It's not anything that we know. That's what it is, a UFO. So when we were walking home from Surface, I lived in Surface, and there was literally a red dot, and then it split
And
into three. It was like a
then
triangle.
five.
Yeah, and then it was a triangle, and then it was five, and then it just disappeared. It was so weird.
So hectic.
And I remember I took a video for 1 second of it. I have it somewhere, but a lot of the UFOs I've seen, I've got like a split-second video of it. And when I video it, it always disappears. And
Mm.
right now, have you all seen about America? They're all promoting it, going, UFOs are real. It's all real. Oh my God, we know there's something out there. And it's like, hun, that people have been seeing this for years and years and years. And why now do you choose to say it's real? There's obviously some motive towards that. But
Can I tell you my conspiracy theory?
yeah, you go.
Okay. Mine, my favorite one, is how Marilyn Monroe died. And I did an assignment on this in year 10. And I said that the president killed her because she was shagging him. And I had to do an assignment on her. And I had to do like a PowerPoint presentation. But instead of doing a PowerPoint presentation, I just went on YouTube and got her singing when she goes, Happy birthday. And I was like,
To you.
yeah, and I played that to the whole class, and I was like, this is evidence.
Well, it kind of is. Like, I've always obviously looked into Marilyn. She's one of my inspirations of
Mm,
art and just how strong she was being through so much trauma. Being in the foster system, I was in the foster care system just like
yeah.
her. So,
Can I say something off record?
mm,
Sorry, I just remember this and I've been dying to tell you for days. The other day, I had a client and she was like, I've got dehydration. And I, there's a myriad of things that can get you dehydrated.
and you said the word myriad.
And she laughed and I laughed.
Did you say myriad's funny?
I actually go, there's a myriad of things that could get you
Why is this off record? It's such pure entertainment. Did you just love that you would have it would have been that I know what you mean. The split second of words you could use and
Yeah.
myriad came up and you used it
And
at
I
that
thought,
because
yeah.
you got to use myriad, yeah. And the fact the girl laughed is even better.
I was like, this might be my only chance to say it and mean it.
Honestly, though.
Anyway.
Oh, that's amazing. What were we even saying? Oh, about Marilyn.
Yeah.
Okay. I've always followed Marion.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, wait.
Let us film this drunk.
It's so good. All right. Okay. I've always followed Marilyn because she's my inspiration in the art of the photos she took and the work she did, but also that she was in the foster care system like me. So I relate to how she created that character, even though it was from her managers and everything. I just always just felt a connection to her,
Mm-hmm.
and especially being in that system, and you do create personas to try and be strong, and obviously hers was really strong, and she was Norma Jean and completely changed her name. So
Well,
I
it's like
just
Paris Hilton when she said that she went to that school and
mm,
came back with a persona. Like, that's very similar as well. And, like, that's another one of your icons. Like, you can see, like, how it kind of all links up.
and I obviously love her as well, and I've always
Icon.
yeah, she's amazing, and she's actually even more amazing now that she's trying to bring light to that. And a lot of things that she said make sense to me because I've been through such similar situations where, yeah, I didn't create this persona on my own. It was from a myriad of things that made me not be myself. It
Yeah.
made me be someone else that was stronger. And that's what I presented to the world. So I actually understand her so much. And even just that she's open about it made me want to be open about everything I'm going through as well. I feel like there's no shame in admitting that you're not perfect, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you want to be perfect when you've been through such horrible things because you think that people will think you're the garbage trash if you've been through a lot.
But
Um
everyone's been through something. And, like, honestly, though, my favorite feedback that we've had from this podcast is that we're, like, so honest about everything. And I feel like that's what we kind of wanted to pride this podcast on, like, literally just
being
having,
pretty, which means ourselves,
yeah,
literally.
well, just
Like
having a
that's
conversation like we were on the phone to each other. We've got texts from our friends saying they were listening to our podcast and they were replying to what we're saying because they think that they're on the phone to us. Like, that's literally the goal for this podcast. Like, we want to be so open, honest, and your new two besties.
we're literally talking to each other how we always do, and everything we're saying to each other is what we've already said to each other. So
Totally.
yeah, I agree. All right, next
What's
one.
next?
Please tell us a story behind that photo when you're both kissing. Love you
Oh,
both. This is from Miss K Brewer.
okay, Miss K Brewer. So You can take the reins on this one, I think.
Need to have a sip of wine for this. All right. What is so funny is that like me and Krista, because we've been such close friends, we've just like always kissed anyway when we were younger. Like we'd just
We
talk.
push for
Yeah.
attention.
Well, but like before that, even like we'd just pash for fun, really. Like, we were just
Yeah.
hanging out and we would just pash. Like we were young,
Do
we
you
were
remember
like
when we were
14.
really little?
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm talking about. Like we were just like 14, literally, and
mm,
we would just like start pashing. And I feel like when you're that young, like obviously you just, I don't
you're
know,
learning about like
you're learning about
passion.
pashing and you just, yeah, so we would just like do it. And
Yeah.
our other friends would be like, "You are so weird. Like, what the fuck?"
Yes.
But
They
then,
would come
like,
to school and tell everyone, and we'd be like, shut up.
we'd be like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck off." But it's so funny because then, um, we would just do it anyway when we were drunk, like as just for fun. Like, I don't know,
Lols.
just for fun. Like, it's just funny.
You've all done it.
Yeah, I was just going to say a lot of people have probably done this with their best friend, especially if they have like a gay best friend or like a girl best friend if you're gay. So I don't know, you just do that and people would take photos of us or whatever. We would take photos and I remember I uploaded one on Instagram and Daily Mail called us and they were like to us, "Oh, they just asked us all these questions about us kissing and they're like, why are you just kissing,
Mm,
why do you do that?" And back then it's different these days, no one gets calls from Daily Mail, no one goes
yeah.
through that.
I remember we egged it on. We were on the phone and we were just like, yeah, we love to pash.
Yeah, like we were just like talking it up, going like, yeah, like we're so into it, and like we're just acting like it's some sexy thing, like we're just taking the piss really. And
Big time.
obviously, as a journalist from Daily Mail, they're loving that. They're like thinking it's
Yeah.
so good. They're like, yeah, got this good as content. And yeah, so we just egged it on and like, when we were drunk and we just kissed because we were best friends as well. I feel like what's weird about that if you're single and you just kiss your best friend? I don't think it's weird,
It
honestly.
wasn't sexual.
It's not sexual and it never was.
Ew.
I know, ill, but I just think like me, even if I was single now, wouldn't think it's weird. Like honestly, it's nothing. It's like
Wait, it's
it's
not
a
weird.
kiss,
I'm just drunk.
but it's not even weird. Like I never felt weird when we do it, and like
No.
when we'd be at clubs and like everyone's like staring at us, we would just do it just for fun, just to like
It was honestly just to get a rise out of whoever was watching. Not gonna
yeah, just
lie.
for fun. Like I think it's just a joke, and
Yeah.
yeah, we never like it was just a funny thing. There was nothing serious behind it. And it's best friends. A lot of you would understand this because I'm
Mm.
sure a lot of people have done this before and there's
I
nothing
used
weird.
to pash all my girlfriends when I was little.
I've kissed all my girlfriends too. It's not just Krista. It's the thing. It's
Yeah.
not just Krista. I've kissed.
Yeah.
She's just the one that's been in the photos. Is
Yeah, we
I've
just
I've
made the Daily Mail.
Yeah, I've
But
kissed everyone else, but it's not weird. I probably actually hooked up with every single friend I've had. I've hooked up with
mm,
Joyce, Shay, everyone I know,
yeah,
like
literally.
Miriam. This question is from Annie. I have a topic you could talk about. It's health and well-being. How do you be really healthy and have a great well-being? What's it all about? I'll understand if you don't talk about it, and I won't mind if you don't. Just a suggestion. I loved your overall energy of the podcast, and good luck with the future ones. Kind regards, Annie Hill.
Well, I'll say, honestly,
Actually, stop. I'll say you don't
okay,
even eat that healthy compared to me, honey.
whatever. So I'll say, for me, yeah, you're right. Like, I literally, for like years of my life, like teenage years, like I would literally just eat Macca's every day, didn't give a fuck. But as I stepped into my career, and I started dealing with skin and I started dealing with like proper skin conditions, acne, my own journey from going off the pill and dealing with my own acne. So I was on the pill for 6 years. I did not really care heaps about like wellness and health until I went through like
I know.
my skin truly drove my passion. My skin is what really drove me towards the path of actually caring about wellness because and like health, because my skin got disgusting. And obviously, my career, I'm a skin therapist. I have my own business doing skin. So, having my own journey,
And
learning
what is the business? Boutique of Holistic Beauty, everyone. So if you're in
exactly.
Sydney, go and see Krystah, please, because she's the best. She's changed my
No.
skin. Look at my skin; it's like flawless. I don't wear makeup, nothing. It's just perfect. So she's helped me, and
Honestly, shout out to myself.
that's another disclaimer.
Yeah.
Follow the Boutique of Holistic Beauty.
Go
She's
on then.
amazing, and go and
Oh,
go and get a treatment off her,
oh,
or fuck off.
you're so. I'm not even gonna be modest. Coming for a treatment because, like, I'm gonna be honest. I've started my own business based off everything I believe in, and
Mm.
I
And
do believe.
I've watched her actually put her morals into this business. It's
Mm,
not actually just some money grab. And I watch a
no,
lot of people these days, especially influencers and stuff, they just do even open a skin clinic for a money grab. I've seen this happen. But she's always been interested in skin and wanting to help people's skin. And that's the
totally.
moral behind it. So that's why I respect her business more than everyone else's, because a lot of people I
Oh
meet these days, they just want to do it to get money, and it's not about money because she's holistic.
no. Totally. And that's really true. Like, honestly, what did open my eyes to wellness? Because everything you put on your body will show on your skin. And that's when I really started to realize, like, oh my God, like my hormones, when I'm taking the pill, it shows on my skin. When I come off the pill, it shows on my skin. So, really, it is like something that it's not just something that you can disregard, it's something that everyone should prioritize. So I'm in a burp. So it is. I do honestly believe that it is something that everyone should kind of prioritize and like at least like care about and research into. But also, in my opinion, everyone's health and well-being is different. Your body knows what you need, and you honestly, the more you tune into yourself, this is what I think. The more that you tune into yourself, the more you'll know what your body needs, what's best for you. And if you're not sure, I recommend like seeing a naturopath or, a nutritionist, someone who can just like give you like educated information.
100%, I agree. And my wellness and health being, and why I actually went on this journey, is because I've always had people telling me that I need to lose weight and that I wasn't
Mm,
looking good. And, I would do photo shoots, and then people I was working with would be like, oh, you're not looking good. And they would say it in the nicest way, but they would just pretty much tell me I had to lose weight. And at the start, I just tried to lose weight the unhealthy way. Like I would literally just go on like weight loss shakes and stuff like that. But it never lasts, and you never actually get healthy from that. But then it's over the last few years, I've started to go more and more into health, and I'm really clean now because I've learned so much. I actually have just studied and studied and studied into health, and now most days I eat salads, only whole foods. Everything's organic that I eat. I even eat organic bread, which is not many people would even know that every single bread you eat, if it is not organic, it has bleach in it. People tell you not to drink bleach, but they will serve it to you in bread for your breakfast every single
even
mornings.
pasta,
Pasta,
rice,
yeah, anything that's not organic, that's like a wheat or a bread or whatever, it's bleached. And I just think it's disgusting to know what's on the back of packets. I look into every single thing now. Obviously, if a lot of you have been following me, you have seen that I've been trying to share this. Look on the back of your packets of what you're eating, even the countries. yeah, you might have frozen strawberries, but they'll be from a random country you've never heard of. And that's fine. But is their regulations up to standard? You don't know that. You know what I mean? Like every single country has different regulations to what makes their food edible. So
Mm.
even I've learnt that peanuts that are made in China are really toxic because they grow them in such unregulated ways. That's why they're so cheap from Woolworths. I promise you, most peanuts that you buy from Woolworths or Coles or wherever, they are toxic and they're from China because not long ago, it's only been a couple of months since I've been looking at the countries. I started with the ingredients. I started with what is this weird name? If you can't know what the name of the ingredient is on your packet, something's weird with it. If you don't know the numbers, even, there shouldn't be numbers on real food. So, what if you want to eat that, that's fine, but it's not good for you. It's something fake, it's something synthetic. And this is in basically most packets of chips, in normal supermarkets, nuts, a lot of chocolate. Basically, everything that you look at in supermarkets will be some sort of synthetic material. And now I only order groceries from organic farmers because that's all I trust. Organic means, if anyone doesn't know, I'm sure most people know, but organic means that there's no chemicals sprayed on it. It's grown in a really natural way and there's nothing added into it to make it grow bigger, faster, and better. It's just natural how it's meant to grow and what it's meant to be. It will have bugs in it. I get bugs in all of my salad leaves all the time, and
Yeah.
it's okay. You just wash them out. But you know what I mean? That my whole health journey actually started from being belittled with my weight and being told that I wasn't looking good. And it
Looking.
started a huge journey for me. This has been going for years and years, and I'm getting more and more into it as older as I get. I actually want to find out more about health. I take the most healthiest supplements and everything now. Like I literally skull bone broth every day now because there's so many amazing benefits from that. I've been vegan, so you can't even say that I'm bad because I was vegan for a year. I've been vegetarian for a year. I've tried it all, and now I'm a bit of everything. I actually eat meat sometimes. I'm vegetarian sometimes. I eat vegan food sometimes, but I don't eat the vegan patties. That's the thing as well. A lot of the vegans out there, if you're listening, those burger patties and those nuggets you get, that's fake as shit. Stop eating that. You know, if you're vegan, all you're going to be eating is vegetables and fruit and natural food. Don't eat the fake burgers and stuff. It's so bad for you. You might as well eat a chicken burger because it's natural. It's actually natural.
I can't
And
believe
that
you just said might as well.
well, I'm on camera. No.
I've never heard you speak so literate.
I know. It's so funny because our whole lives I say most as well.
It kills me.
But
And
that's
today you go bold, babe. It's bold.
a real me, and I feel like I have to lie. Like,
Also, neighbours.
well, that's what I mean. That's the real me. I like to just say things how I want, but when I'm in a professional setting, I'll obviously say the real thing. And like, I just love to be able to like be myself to people, and that means saying like words wrong and how I want it to be.
It gives me crippling anxiety.
But I love it. So, but yeah, I just think my health journey started from being belittled for my weight, and now it's took
Hmm.
into a whole crazy health thing. And it probably is also dysmorphia and everything as well, because I'm not happy unless my body's looking good and I'm working out every day. And, like I still do have a lot of problems. I'm not going to pretend that it's perfect because it's
Mm,
not. It's actually probably worse than ever because I used to not care what I'm eating, whereas now I will not eat stuff unless it's like clean and organic. Like once a week, twice a week, I'll eat whatever, but most of the time I'm like really conscious of what I'm eating. So I care about what I put in my body. And even this wine is organic wine because I just care so much about natural things these days. And
yeah.
it all stemmed from being told that I'm not good enough of what I look like. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think a good topic would be using dating apps, going on dates. A common issue me and my friends have is we go on one date with a guy and feel no spark at all, and all of our friends make us feel bad for not going on a second date just because they were nice. But what's the point in that? Would love thoughts on that. Being nice is great, but in my opinion, I don't feel like we should owe someone a second date if there's zero spark or interest.
But us with Joyce.
Yeah, yeah. The first thing I
I get
thought,
it. I get it, guys. Like, we actually.
maybe your friends just want you to fall in love. But honestly, though, if there is no spark,
Mm,
don't listen to your friends because they're probably
mm.
just morons like me and Kurt gassing you up.
We've said to one of our bestest friends, she went on a date and she didn't feel that good, but we just said, he's nice. Like, come on, try once more, one more time. Like, we literally said that. So I get it. You're talking
Yeah.
about us. We're the people that are saying, like, one more date. But we kind of just think, like, try again. But I get it because I've gone on dates where I've never gone ever again. So
Same.
have Krista, but it's more of an encouraging thing. Don't listen to them if you don't want to do
No,
it.
always listen to yourself, but just know they're coming from a place of like
Mm, it's
wanting to
care and wanting to like make just make you try and like have fun.
egg
It's
you
not
on.
yeah, and it's egging you on. Like, come on, if you ever have a best friend, they're always gonna egg you on. So
Honestly, if your best friend's not egging you on, find a new one.
exactly.
But I think, like, in all honesty, if you're not feeling it, don't waste the guy's time. And, tell him, like, just say, listen, good time. There's not going to be a second date. Probably say it nicer than that, but that's,
I wouldn't,
the
me.
principle. Yeah, no. See, I'll go to Kurt for advice sometimes, and he'll be like, time to get fucked. And I'm like,
But I'm just so straight up. Like, I will literally just go like, I didn't like it. So yeah. Like, I'll like say that. And I've had so many situations in the past where like that's happened to me, and I'll
mm,
just fully just go like, that's shit. That's disgusting, or I don't care. And the
mm.
people get really offended, and my friends will be like, how can you say that to someone? And I'm just like, I'm just saying what I think. And to be honest, it always works out in my favor. And like I said, if you be real,
Mm.
everything works out in your favor. You should just be honest, even though it's rude or whatever. Like, you know, you can't sugarcoat when it's dating or
At the
like,
end of the day, it's your relationship, not your friend's relationship. So
yes.
your friends can't tell you to go, fall in love with this. Like, it happens. No, do you know what? Sometimes I'll go on a date with a guy who seems picture perfect, and I'll be like, listen, I'm not into it. And they'll be like, ah, I'm imitating you here, Kurt. Oh, you only like the ones that are so bad, and you always tell the nice ones that you don't like them.
You
But
do.
I do. No, I don't actually. But but listen, your friends just want the best for you, and they think they know what's best for you, but you know what's best for you. And if there's no spark, then there's no spark, and you know what sets your soul on fire. Your friends want what they would ideally picture is good for you. You want the fire, if you're anything like me, and you know what feels good to you. So don't feel pressured, but just like don't get mad at your friends. They only love you.
Mm. Like when we've said that to our best friend, we're not even like trying to force her to do anything. We're like
No.
literally just saying like, honey, like knowing person from one night means nothing, even though we felt
Yeah.
like that. But when you're on the outside, it's sort of like, just try again.
Because, in all honesty, couldn't care if you do, couldn't care if you don't. But I'm going to say, yeah, do, because he sounds nice.
Yes.
Not going to roast you for not. Question. Each time I get into a relationship, I love the honeymoon phase, but then I get bored pretty quickly and feel as if I've made the mistake by getting into a relationship.
This is
How,
such a perfect one for you
me?
to answer.
Okay. And the end of the question says, how do I keep entertained with my partners? Why do I just want to drop them all the time?
This is
Okay.
so you. What do you mean?
Well,
A lot of guys you just want to drop, but they're just there.
okay, my answer to this is honestly, if you're not obsessed with them, be single because,
Mm,
like,
yes.
when you're
You know me. You know me. If
yeah.
I'm not obsessed, it's nothing. And that's why I've only ever been with two people. Because, nah.
But I agree, like, a fling's a fling, and if you're cool with a fling, then a fling's a fling. Sometimes all you need
Mm.
in your life is a fling.
And
But if,
I've gotten a lot of messages from all of you saying, I agree with you. Like, I'm a prude too. I've
mm,
literally gotten so many DMs saying, I'm a prude and you finally made me feel normal. All of my friends, they are different to me, but I'm the person it's nothing or everything. And I agree. In
yeah.
that way, I so feel that.
But if you're in a relationship where you're finally getting bored, that's not the person for you because I have been in that situation where I'm just like, oh, wouldn't mind being in a relationship, and then I get in one and I'm like, oh, ew. But like, if you feel like that, that means that you're supposed to be single and working on you, focusing on you. And I know it's the tale as old as time. You're always going to hear that. Focus on you, do you. And it's boring as hell. But like, if you're just dating for the sake of dating, then don't date, you know? I think like,
100%.
I don't think you should go out looking for a boyfriend.
Ah,
I feel like if you accidentally fall in love with someone, then you're not going to get bored of them. But like if you're going around like, oh, this guy's cool, maybe he can be my boyfriend for a bit. Obviously, you're going to get bored because you're not obsessed with him. But if you just meet someone and you're like, oh, good, I'm obsessed with you, you're not going to get bored of them because you're obsessed with, like, you're in love with them. Like, do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
to me, it does. And from my experience, obviously, because I've only ever been with the love type, I just think, me, if you're not feeling like it's your bestest friend you've ever had, even better than your best friend, like,
Mm,
I never thought people could top my friendship with Krista or Joyce or Shay or Tori, any of my best friends. I didn't think it could top that. But then when you meet that person, like when I met Harry, I was like, this is like that, but more because he gets my jokes. He knows what
yeah.
I mean. He understands who I am. He understands my friends. He loves talking to my friends. Like it's
Mm,
just everything connects. And I
yeah.
just think there is someone out there for you. I tell them what I used to think about myself in dating and how I'd never meet someone because it was really true and I was in such a dark mind about dating for
You weren't even
years.
open to it.
It's okay to be like that. I've actually turned out really good from that, being like that. And there's certain people that need to be like that. I'm definitely one of those people, but
Oh,
there's
I am
also
too.
but there's also people that they want to enjoy sex and they want to just have it for
Oh.
fun.
Yeah, but she's saying she gets bored. Like she goes through the honeymoon phase, and then when she's out of the honeymoon phase, she's bored and wants to be single. But like,
Well, also think like with the person you're meant to be with, the honeymoon phase doesn't even end. It doesn't even start. You sort of just get each other
mm,
from the get go, and that's how it goes. And you sort of grow with each other, and you level up with each other, and you grow, and you just become your older selves with each
I
other.
agree. It should be easy. There shouldn't be any
Mm,
overthinking it. How do I feel? How do you feel? You just, it's like how you feel with your best friend. And I'm saying this
mm.
with no experience. But
No, but I can say it from experience though,
yeah,
because being with my partner, it's been like being with a best friend, but
Yeah.
someone you're in love with, and obviously you share so much more with, and you just open more with, and you just, I don't know, yeah, it is like having a best friend that you love. And I just think if you feel like you're going to drop them, drop them. If you want to drop him. If you don't.
Don't.
This is another question. Please talk about juicy things you guys have dealt with, and I would really love to hear what gives you both the ick when dating.
Okay. Okay, I can give you the most juiciest recent thing. And when I say recent, this is probably like end of last year. I went on a date with a guy, and then 3 days later, he called me and told me that he had a girlfriend and not to tell anyone that we went on a date. That was pretty juicy because, like, obviously I told everyone after.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was disgusting. And I, like, obviously was like, oh.
Scumbag.
But obviously I told everyone because I was like, don't be daft. Like, and I obviously did not know. So that's juicy. And then something that gives me the ick is when boys have girlfriends. What gives you the ick?
Well, I'm going to do with this with friendships because I've had a lot of
Yeah.
experiences with friendships, not so much dating. So, friendships, what gives me the ick is with when someone is lying to me and I find out.
Ew.
Secondly, is when they pretend to be your best friend for some unbeknownst reason. That makes me sick too. It's happened to me a lot.
I say that happen to you all the time.
I'll do three. Another thing that makes me feel sick is when you tell someone something and they tell everyone and they said they'll never tell anyone. That makes me sick because I would never do that. But that's what makes me sick.
Do you know what it is with liars, though? Like, the first thing you said was liars. Liars scare the shit out of me because I
Yeah.
literally think they're going to kill me.
Same, because
Do you feel like that?
yeah, because it's like my head goes, if you're lying about this, you're lying about all of this.
Everything.
And you're lying about that. Like, I just question everything when someone's a liar.
It's hectic. You catch someone out in a lie and you literally, like,
But you
never
find
see
out
them.
more as it goes on. Like, whenever anyone's lied to me, I'll start to think and I'll go, oh my God, that and this and that and that. And like,
You never see them the same.
yeah, no. And it's happened to me like countless times, and I can't even think of how many times it's happened to me. So yeah,
It's weird
in
behavior.
friendships, fuck off.
I've drunk a whole bottle of Prosecco. Okay. Hello. And here's the question. This is from Jimmy. How to get over someone who wanted you first. Gave him a go and the dog dumped me.
Okay, I want to just say for starters, that's so embarrassing for them, not you. They were the one to try and be with you. They wanted you. And clearly there was an ulterior motive. They didn't get what they wanted. So obviously they're like, see ya. And also a lot of people, I've literally seen this, and because I had so many walls up, I never actually let this happen. But I knew before this happened that people would try and be with me because they wanted to leave me and say, like, I dumped him. People actually do that. And it sounds weird, but people have that type of like mind. It's weird, but it's true. Like, people want to, like, there's some psychological people that are fucked up that literally want to say, like, I left them, ha ha ha, like, type of thing, you know? And it's so weird because I don't get it.
Well,
They're obviously desperate types of people, but there is people that exist like that. So I think don't feel bad about it. You should be happy that you dodge a bullet.
Well, my opinion on this is, to be honest, it doesn't actually really matter who had feelings for who first. And that's like very ego driven. That's your way of rationalizing it to yourself in that with like, oh no, well, he liked me first. I didn't like him first. He made me like him. Whereas if you just take the fact that if you liked him, he probably liked you too, or him, her, whatever. And all pride aside, to get over it, you need to focus on you, because if you're going to move forward from it, it doesn't matter who liked each other first. You're not going to get over it unless you get over it on your terms. They can't make you get over them by being like, oh yeah, I liked you first. I don't know. I just feel like that's like, obviously, yeah, it does happen. But for you to like get over it now, it's ego driven to think that way. And you need to just focus on what's best for you, and who cares what they think and feel.
But I sort of get what he says, because I've had people that I know have just wanted to be around me to sort of say that they don't like me.
Yeah.
So I actually understand that, even though it's rare, but it does happen. I feel like some people do try and be in your life to say they don't want you in their life. They actually do
But
that
my
for,
point is, if they do that, good for them. Like,
yeah, good
so
for
good for
them.
you. Like, wow, you don't like me or Kurt or
100%.
whoever.
No, I
That's
get that.
so good for you. But, like, for you, obviously, you caught feelings. That's the whole point of the question.
Oh, yeah,
For you to move
definitely.
on from it, it doesn't matter anything that they think. It's about what you think. They can tell their
Mm.
friends whatever. Your friends don't care what they have to say. So, who
No
cares?
one cares what
Yeah,
someone like that says because they're a
exactly.
loser. So,
That's my
yeah.
point. Exactly. So,
No, I get what you're saying heaps, and it's so true. But I
mm,
also get when you would get caught up in that if
yeah.
you're in that state of mind,
Oh,
because,
we've all been in that situation where we think that.
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
I understand. Yeah,
I do.
Jimmy, thank you. Has there ever been a time where your friendship almost ended due to someone or something?
Totally. Heaps times.
Our friendship has ended like so many times.
The thing
and
with,
like and in the moment it's dead
yeah,
serious.
we mean
We
it.
are like, this is it.
The
Get
thing with us
fucked.
is we are both like disgustingly stubborn. Like the way that I'm stubborn. Okay,
Not
so
so much anymore.
no, because we're older now, but like younger days, our fights were just all petty about
It's like
nothing.
brother and sister. If any of you
Totally.
guys, she is a single girl, like a only child.
Mm,
So she doesn't understand. Whereas like when I've had fights with my brothers, um, it's really full on. But I knew that it would get over it. And it's so funny because when we would have fights, I would like it's not like I really realized it, but in the back of my heart, I knew that like we would get over it.
oh,
And
same.
well, it's funny that she knows, but she must have really felt like must really feel like we're brother and sister, because
Yeah.
um that's what it's like. All of you guys that have brothers and sisters will understand that,
We
because
love each other unconditionally, and there
yes,
has been times like we've gone months without speaking to each other and just being like, I literally hate you, and like,
it's never been from someone though.
mm-mm.
So
It's both you and I.
it's been from ourselves,
We're
and
so ego driven, both of us.
not now, but we have been. I
Yeah.
don't think we're ego driven at all now. I'm
Now we're both
definitely
willing.
not.
Yeah. Now
Yeah, yeah.
we're both like willing to compromise with each other now, because we're older. We know each other. Like a lot of the fights that we had, we were still teenage. Like I don't think we've had a fight since we weren't teenagers, really.
We we haven't had a fight over the age of 20. So, and we're
Yeah.
24 now.
Yeah.
We haven't had a fight since we were 20.
Do you
The
know what
last
it is
time
with
we
us though? Sorry. You know what it is with us though? We've learned to communicate. I know how to
mm.
tell you that you have like annoyed me or upset me or
Oh,
something's just
and
not right. And you know how to tell me in a way, because you used to just disregard everything and I used to get really angry.
but I also know that I used to disregard every single thing in my
Yeah.
life. And I even said this to this guy that I was meeting with to make a song with tonight. I said that like I used to just ignore everything that's negative, really.
Yeah.
I never believed anything was true unless it was positive. So,
Yeah.
that was my like programming of my character, really. Like I never really believed anything that was negative, but now I can see both sides. And yeah, we have not had a fight since we were 20. The last fight we had was when Krystah moved in with me and we were
Mm.
living together.
We were just on top of each other.
We were on top of each other in a one bedroom apartment.
Hmm.
She was moving down to Melbourne, and obviously when it's your best friend, you're like, come stay with me while you're trying to find a house. And it took months. It was meant to take a couple of weeks. And I get this, it happens so much. It happened to me
Yeah.
and my partner when I moved out with him too. But,
Yeah.
it just got hectic because we were young. And yeah, we were a different time in our lives. It's not the
Yeah.
same anymore. And that would never happen again. But yeah, a lot of the things
And
is
to
that
be honest,
I would never take in what you're saying because I would ignore
mm,
the negative feelings you're having.
yeah, and I feel like even that last fight that we had, that was quite under control. Like,
Yeah, we just didn't
considering.
talk to each other for like
Yeah,
six
we just needed.
months.
It wasn't six. It was like maximum a month.
I reckon it was longer.
Babe, I lived in Melbourne for 12 months and I lived with you for 3 of them. We didn't talk for like 2 months. Yeah, so like I feel like the thing is with you and I is we just have like we do like just as people, regardless grown, not grown, whatever. You and I have a very different way of communicating things. And even like the thing is now we can healthily disagree with things. Like if I go do something and you don't like it, like good for you.
But yeah, we don't care because it's like that's what you want to do. So sweet as. Whereas like
Yeah, you
we
don't
used
take
to
it
be like
personally.
we used to be like, why would you do that? That's so embarrassing. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just such a young minded thing. And like,
yeah,
yeah, we've like grown past that. And every person I always talk to that's like close to me, they'll be like, oh, how, like everyone always just asks, how are you and Krystah for some reason?
yeah,
It's so
same.
weird. And I'm always like, we're really good. Like, we're just literally happy and just we're always best friends. And they're always like,
Yeah.
oh, but didn't you like have an argument? Like that people literally still say that to me randomly.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, oh, that was years ago. Because it has been years ago. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, it's weird because like even me and Krystah, people that we're friends with, have always like judged our friendship as well. Like
No, no,
it's
no, hang
not.
on. People that you're friends with.
Yeah, I have like a lot of friends, and I have like probably like 5 or 6 best friends, but I actually just have like a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Like I said before, I've worked in a lot of states. I've moved around. I've been around. I've met a lot of people. I know a lot of people, but
Hmm.
they're not my best friends. I have 6 best friends, and everyone else is nothing to me. They're just my friends, and I know them. And I'm sure a lot of people relate to that. You cannot physically take on more than like 10 best friends. I don't know how people do. And if they do, you're crazy.
What are both your top three things on your bucket list?
Top 3 things on my bucket list is to buy a house, um, be happy, and do everything I want to do.
My top three. Number one, I want to like obviously travel the world properly and like not just like travel, like I want to travel, like live a bit of loca, you know. I want to fall in love because I feel like I've like loved guys, but I haven't like been in love. And I want to get another cat.
Yeah, why my 3 goals of that is like I want to be happy is because so many years of my life I just wanted to be successful and do all these things, and what I've come to realize is that like just being happy is perfect. That's the main thing, and that's a feeling. You have to feel that. So that's one of my main things, and doing everything I want to do is because it changes so much. Each year I can change what I want to do. Like I just started doing acting at the start of the year, doing a course, and I don't even like it. So I feel like, you know, I just want to do what I want to do. And that's a dream of mine. Like everything that I change in the moment, I should be able to do. And I feel like, you know, everyone's always just, you have to study for years to do a certain thing. But I change what I want to do every year anyway. So it's like I want to be able to do what I want to do. And my
Mhm.
biggest dream is to buy a house where I feel at home because I even where I am now, I have dreams of people breaking in every night, and I just don't want to have that dream anymore. I just want to feel safe completely where I am, and I don't feel that safe because I live really close to the city, and it just doesn't feel safe. And yeah, they're my biggest dreams. I used to have way bigger dreams than that, but they've downgraded to who I am, and I feel happy about that. I feel like I don't want the bigger dreams that I used to have. I used to want to be on like every show and like do all this stuff, but I don't feel like that anymore. After meeting someone I actually love and everything, my dreams have changed so much to just more simple things, and I will be happy. So I don't care if I die and do all those. So it's all good. So why do you want your dreams?
I like um I just like her.
You want to go in more in depth, or
There's nothing really depthy to it. It's just like I just have a Sagittarius Venus, and that's like what they like to do.
yeah, and that's fine. You don't have to go in depth about it, but if you did, I feel like you know me. Anything I can say, I can probably go in depth with.
Yeah,
And
like
it's so funny because people would think from just knowing me from who I've been shown as like I'm not an in depth person, but like I can go in depth with anything,
anything.
any single thing anyone says to me. I feel in depth about it. So
Totally. I'm the type of person you need to speak to in bullet point. Okay, on that, I've got another question, and it says, best
best
best ways to de-stress.
best ways to de-stress. Smoke a joint. Nah, jokes. Honestly, hug my cats.
Or I
That
hate
de-stresses me more than anything. I feel loved. I feel happy. I feel cared for. I feel beautiful. Um, Cats can change your life. And
everything. Oh my god, I'm looking at mine right now, and she's so gorgeous.
eat cacao, not chocolate, cacao.
Yeah, from the boutique of Holistic Beauty.
Yeah, so Krista has from her shop, she's got like it's like a tea, it's chocolate tea, but it's not really tea because I put a little you can put a little bit of milk in it. You steep it and then put milk in it, like this much milk.
Yeah,
Literally
that's
like a
how I
couple of
roll.
centimeters, and it tastes so nice. It's like having a hot chocolate, but it's healthy and you get the cacao antioxidant benefits. So I
That's
have that almost every night. I've almost ran out. She does not even include any brands in her business unless they are fully natural, fully holistic, and obviously what we've been talking about tonight, I'm fully natural and everything, and so is she, except from when she eats like crazy things. But
hmm.
most of the time
Hmm.
with her skin, she is really serious about this and she's taught me everything. So definitely check her out.
Yeah.
And if you're in Sydney, go and see her. Like, please.
Yeah, I
It's
can't.
my girl, and look at my skin. Like, for you guys that are watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see my skin, and it's
Pretty
glowing.
good. Are you looking good?
Looking good.
We love to say that to each other. No, but honestly, um, yeah, you may as well.
If you don't, you're tripping.
Yeah, whatever if you don't. No, honestly, I do appreciate everyone that does come and see me. And yeah, so do you have any further questions?
We're up to an hour and a half, so I feel like we should stop.
Well, our next episode planned is that we're going to do a little chit chat with Kurt about his life in the spotlight. And then we also are thinking, tell us what you think. We want to do similar to tonight. We do Never Have I Ever. So you guys send us something as a never have I ever question, because obviously me and Kurt already know everything that we never have we ever done.
Yes.
But when you guys ask us, like, never have we ever, and if we've done it, we drink, and we obviously like expand on it.
We'll drink for this.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so next episode coming up is Never Have I Ever. So definitely just DM the Heaps Pretty account. It's way easier for us to find them because on my account, I have so many messages. So just DM Heaps Pretty on Instagram.
Yeah.
Ask us, Never Have I Ever, blah, blah, blah. So send us whatever you want. That will be episode 4. Chris is already yawning. We're done. It is 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. Yep. So thank you all for listening. We love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Please just keep in touch with us. We actually have been reading the DMs every day, and we literally have been sending them to each other, being like, "Oh my god, how sweet is this, and how cute is this?" Like, we honestly send every single message to each other, and just we're so thankful for the support. We didn't even think we would get this much love. So we just did this for fun. We didn't think that people would want to just interact with us so much. And for Krystah as well, she's never put herself out there like this. So it's really reassuring for her. And I'm really proud of everything. So thank you so much, everyone. We love you. And
thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Love you guys. Good night. Good day. Don't know when you listen to this because podcast people listen to it whenever.
Yeah.
So yeah, love you all.
Bye.